Hello and welcome to another RPA tutorial video. Today in this video we are going to see how we can use Excel file as database in Automation Anywhere 8 2019. So here we will see the steps which we need to follow to use your Excel file as a database. So what is the benefit of using Excel as database is like in case if you are working with the Excel file where you have a huge Excel data. So in case if you have a good number of data available in the Excel or the size of Excel is very huge, then in that case if you are working with the Excel command, it will create a problem. So to overcome those type of issues which we may face while using the Excel command, we need to go with the database. Okay, so if you use a Excel command to work with a huge database, so you may get errors like the Excel is not responding HR results, or maybe you can get some performance related issues also. Okay, so before start this training, I would request you to kindly subscribe this channel and like the video to support us, or if you have any query then you can mail us, or you can post into a comment section. Okay, so now let me go to my system. So I'm going to the Automation Anywhere 8 2019. You can see here. So I'm just going to database command. Okay, so I have already created a video where I have shown the details how you can use your database command to connect with the SQL database. So here we will see the Excel part. Okay, so we need to do some thing which is required before using this Excel as a database command. First of all, we need to install a Microsoft Access Database Engine 2010 in a system where you are going to do your development, or a system where your bot is going to run. Okay, so you can download this particular database search engine from the Microsoft site. I will share this link so you can get these details. So if you click here, you can see there are two files available. So one is for 32 bits and another one is 64 bits. So if you're using a 64 bits of system, so you can go ahead and use this file. You can just download and install this file. So I have already installed this file in my system. Okay, so once you've done the installation, after that it will the A 2019 will allow you to use your Excel file as a database. So now let me show you the Excel file which we are going to use today. So basically this is a dummy data file, okay, where we have some informations available. So I have here two different sheets available. One, we have the employee details, and another sheet where I have the other details like the employee ID, department, and the designation. So we will see how we can use this Excel. Okay, so if I go back to my Automation Anywhere and if I click here the connect command, so here it is asking us to put some details. So we are going to use a connection string to work with the Excel as database. So this is the connection string. So basically you can find this connection string from a website called connectionstrings.com. After making the required changes, you can use this. So here basically you need to pass the Excel name, Excel file name, and these are the other properties. If you have a header in your Excel, so let's say your first line is having column name like this, so you can go ahead and put this HDR equals to yes. If not, then you can put as no. So this connection string will help us on creating a connection between A 2019 and Excel to use that Excel as a database. Okay, so now let me start. So I'm just copying this connection string and here I'm just putting it. Okay, and let me put a disconnect command as well. So first let's see whether we are able to create the session or not. So let me run this. Okay, so it runs successfully now. So the connection has been established successfully, so we are not getting any error. And now let's see what else we can do. So for example, I want to read some information from the Excel, and I want to like create a separate output based on some conditions. So here you can write the SQL query. So let's say select all from. So now here from you have to put the seat name. So basically you can see here we have two seats. So here no need to put this complete Excel file name. We need to go with the Excel seat name. So in my case, we can see the employee detail is the seat name. So now here we have to put into the seat name, and after seat name you have to put a dollar symbol. So here I'm using multiple dollar symbol because the single dollar symbol will denote to the variables which is available here. Okay. After that, let's say I want to get the data for only particular city. Okay, so let's say I want to get the data for a city, London. So I'm just going to put here a conditions. Let's say where city equals to so London. Okay, so in this section you can put your select statement which I have already given. Now let's say you want to get that output file. So based on the conditions, so you will get some data. So the output which I want to store here. So I'm just going to select this path, and here I will just put this desktop file, and I will put the file name as output.csv. So here we can get the output in the form of CSV. Here I'm selecting this export with the data header. So now I'm just closing this Excel and running this command. Okay, so it ran fine. Now you can see here the output file got created. So you can see the output file is giving the data only from the where conditions which we have given. So I'm just removing this. Now let's see what else we can do with the select query. Okay, so now I'm opening the Excel once again. So here we have the two sheets. Now I want to get the details like the employee present in this particular seat belongs to which department. Okay, so here so straightforward, like you can go ahead and use the joins as well. Okay, so I have a query, join query, which I have created here. So I'm going to use that join query. Basically I'm using a inner join, so it will find the designation from the other seat, okay, based on the employee ID which is present in the both seats. So I'm just removing this one, or let me disable this. So this is the join query. Now let's say after this join I want to create the output. So I'm going to use the same output folder. Okay. Okay. So now let's see the output file. Okay. So we can see here. So this is the output which we got. So based on the query which I have given, so here I've only selected the employee name, okay, and the designation. So which we got. So these are the employee and their designation available here. So we can do many things. So now let's see other things which we can do here. So let me disable this. Okay, so in case if you want to perform some other things, so here in this select statement you can see we can only select the data and export into a CSV file. So now what if you want to don't if you don't want to export the data, but if you want to use that data and pass into a different variables. So to do that you have to use this export to data, okay, data table. Once you select this query, you can see here it is asking us to put the select statement, and here we need to pass the variable. So I'm just going to put a select statement, select all from. So okay, I'm just selecting this. Okay, now let's say I want to select all the data, and here we need to create a variable. So you can see the variable type is table. So I'm just putting as Excel data. Okay, so once we run this query, it will select all the data which is available in the particular sheet called employee details, and it will assign those data to table variable called Excel data, which we just now created. Now if you want to read the data, okay, which is going to store into this Excel data, so for that we need to use a loop. So here I will just drag the loop command, and I will look for a table data, and here we have to select the particular variable. And now once we run this loop, it will read the data from here and it will assign into a record variable. So let me create a record variable. So let's go with this table row, and I will click. So now I'm just putting a message box to see the data. Okay, so here you can go either by index or by name. So I'm just going with the, so let's put 0 as well as 1 also to see. So I'm just going to run it. So we can see the employee ID as well as the employee name which is coming. So now in case if you want to assign this data into any other variables, that can be done. Okay, so what you have to do here, so let's say I am just going to create a variable called employee name. Okay, and now I'm going to use a sign. So I'll go with the string. Now let's get this. If I run this, then it will assign the employee name into the variable called employee name. So you can see here. So we can do many things from this section. Okay, all right. Now let me go back to the database command once again. Okay, so we have other options also available. So let's say if you want to um, do something like, if you want to insert some data into Excel sheet, or if you want to update something, so that can be also done. So I'm just keeping here. Now let me put this. Okay, so okay, now I'm opening Excel once again. So let's see, I want to put some details here. Okay, let's say employee ID, department, or some designation here. So how it can be done? So okay, I'm going to the automation anywhere, and here we need to use a statement, insert statement. Insert into, and the sheet name is here we need to put the column name first. Then values, let's say what value we need to put. So here you can see the employee ID. So I will put the employee ID as, let's say, 1 2 something like this, and then the department. So I'm just putting as test so we can understand, and the designation is, let's say, ABC. So let me run from here instead of running the complete code. Okay, so it runs successfully. Okay, so it updated. So we need to see like why it is updating into the next row. So that can be fixed, but this insert into will help you on updating the data. So let me remove this. Now let's see other things. So for example, I want to update this US as United States. Okay, so now let's see how it can be done. So I'm just going to Automation Anywhere, and here we are going to put down another query. So here we will use a simple query update statement, update. Okay, and here we need to put the seat name, set. Okay, now the column name is country, so I will use this column name. Okay, let's put what we want to do here. So here I want to pass this as, let's say, United States, where I'm putting a conditions. Country equals to US. So now let's see. So I'm closing this. Okay, now let me open the Excel. Okay, so we can see here the US has updated with the United States. So by using this database command, we can do other things also, but you may have noticed like this command is very helpful and very fast because it is not opening the Excel in front. So whatever is happening, it is happening from the backend itself. So the advantage of using this Excel as database is it will save your time. Okay, as well as the chances of the error which we may get while using the Excel command will be like it's very like, you won't get those type of error if you use this command options like Excel as database. So okay, so in case if you have any questions or any suggestions, so you can put into a comment section or you can send us an email also. So and that's all from this tutorial video. So thank you so much.